All right, so today we're going to be finding several things using the Polygon angle sum theorem. First, we're going to find the missing angle in a polygon. So this example, 5 angles of a polygon measure 119 degrees, 129 degrees, 104 degrees, 139 degrees, and 95 degrees. What is the measure of the sixth angle? Okay, well, first of all, to solve this, we need to know very crucial part, what shape are we dealing with? Well, here we're dealing with a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides. So we know we're dealing with a six-sided figure. And the information given to us are each of the degree measures for 5 of the 6 sides. What we're trying to do is we're trying to find what is that sixth side. So we need to first look at, using the polygon angle sum, what the sum of the interior angles are. So the formula is 180 times n minus 2. N represents the number of sides. We already know that the number of sides is 6. I'm going to represent this with a different color. Okay, because it's 6 sides, that's what a hexagon is. And then we're going to do 180. 6 minus 2 is 4. And 180 times 4 is, let's see, 180 times 4. So that is 0, 2, 3, 720. Okay, so that means we got 720 degrees for the total of the interior angle of this polygon. Okay, so now, next what we're going to do is we're going to find out how to get our missing angle. So that means that you're going to take the total of 720 and you're going to subtract each of the angles. So I'm going to subtract 119 and 129. I'm going to add these together because you're going to end up subtracting the sum of the rest of these angles. Plus 104, plus 139, plus 95. So all those figures is going to add up to 586. And then 720 minus 586 is 134 degrees, which is our sixth angle. To test it, if you do 119 plus 129 plus 104 plus 139 plus 95 plus 134, you should get 720, which is the sum of all the interior angles of this hexagon. All right. So let's look at another type of example. So now we're going to be finding the number of sides giving interior sum of the polygon. So now this time we're given the sum. You don't have to calculate it. And you're going to find how many sides does it have. All right, so they didn't tell you what type it is. So what you're going to do to find this is you're still going to go back to your polygon angle sum theorem. 180 times n minus 2. Okay, you know that the sum is already 620. Essentially what you're doing is you're solving an equation. They gave you the total. You start with the original equation and then you're solving for n, which is the number of sides. That's what you're looking for, number of sides. That's your n. Alright, so let's use our traditional method of solving an equation. We're going to use distributive property here. So we get 180n, subtract 2 times 180 is 360 equals 1620. Then we're going to add 360 to both sides to get 180n by itself. Okay, so 180n equals, and we had a 0, 8, 9, 1. So 1,980 And then what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 180. And n is going to be 11 sides because 11 times 180 is 1980. So we have 11 sides to this figure. To this polygon has 11 sides. Okay, let's look at another example. We already saw two types. We got two more examples. This time you're going to use your interior angle sum theorem and algebra to solve for x. All right, so it's going to be a big equation essentially. Now, first of all, I like to notice how many sides in this figure we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a six-sided figure, which is a hexagon. So if we were to find first the uh, sum of the interior angles, which is n minus 2 times 180, we know it's 6 sides. 180 times 4 is 720. So we know this whole equation should add to 720. Next, we're going to go ahead and set this up. So that means you have essentially 6 angles here that you have to add together, and it has to equal 720. So 110 plus 8x minus 1 plus, I'm going clockwise here, 5x plus 36 plus 116 plus 7x plus 19 plus 6x minus 2 equals 720. All right, so we're basically here, we're solving for x. So you're going to get 8x plus 5x is 13x. 13x plus 7x is 20x. 20x plus 6x is 26x. So we now got 26x's. Okay, oops. Um, 110. Let me erase this real quick. That was a little accident. Okay, so we got 110 minus 1 plus 36 plus 116 plus 19 subtract 2 is 278. You use a calculator to double check those figures. Equals 720. Now it becomes a two-step equation. Next, we're going to subtract 278. We get 26x equals 442. And then we divide by 26, which makes x 17. Okay, so all the thing we needed to find here was x, so you don't need to do anything further. If they had asked you what is the measure of each angle, you plug the x back into each angle that has the variable x to get what each angle measure is. For instance, 8 times 17 minus 1 will tell you what this angle is. And still, when you add up each angle, you should get 720. Okay. And for our last example, we have using exterior angles and algebra. So now we dealt with interior. This time we're dealing with exterior. The unique thing about exterior angles, all exterior angles add to 360 degrees. There's no really unique formula. You just need to know that all angles on the outside of any polygon will always add to 360. So that makes the setting up of the equation easier. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 exterior angles. This is a pentagon. It's a 5-sided figure. Um, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, I'm going to change the color here. It's going to be 5x plus 4 plus 4x plus 9 plus 9x minus 6 plus 4x plus 1 plus 7x plus 4 equals 360, because all the angles will add up to 360. So that's your, and I'm going to show you, that's your first angle, second, third, fourth, fifth angle, right? So we're going to add up all the x's first. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. 22 plus 20 plus 7 is 29. So you're going to get 29x. Then 4 plus 9, subtract 6, plus 1 plus 4 is going to be 12. And it's equal to 360, which now makes it a two-step equation. So then we got 29x. I'm sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit. Go back. I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides. Get 29x equals 348 divided by 29. X is 12. If you're not comfortable with, and all they want to do is find x, if you're not comfortable with solving equations, you can definitely use Desmos to solve an equation, and you will plug it into Desmos exactly the way the equation is written. So if you need to solve in Desmos, um, then you can take this and you can plug the entire equation just like you see it, the 5x plus 4 da 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 equals 360, right into Desmos, and it will give you a line that should be vertical right through x is 12 on the x-axis. That lets you know that's your answer. Um, but if you know how to solve equations in the traditional way, go ahead and solve them, and this is how you get your answer. And that's how we're using interior angles in different situations in polygons.